We've seen a lot of Ohio State swimmers wearing the 2025 football jerseys. Sienna Ango, a freshman, is in lane 1. Another freshman, Katie Grimes, from Las Vegas. UVA freshman in lane 2. Stanford sophomore Caroline Bricker will be in lane 3. Alex Walsh won this title last year. Emma Wyant of Florida was second. But the senior Gator now gets the #1 prelim swim, so she's in lane 4. Fellow Gator Mabel Zavaros from Burlington, Ontario will be in lane 5. From Fort Collins, Colorado, Lucy Bell, junior at Stanford, in lane 6. Just west of Chicago, Sugar Grove, Illinois, is Virginia sophomore Leah Hayes. She'll swim out of lane 7. And there's a Badger in this A final. Callahan Dunn will swim out of lane 8. So I've had 3 swims under 4 minutes this year in NCAA swimming. And they're all here. Wyant, as you see her achievement in Paris last summer. Grimes and Bricker, the only 3 to go under 4. Are those the 3 that fight for this?
Yeah, you certainly think so on paper. Grimes was the silver medalist at those same Olympic Games. Bricker, just a sophomore. Is the only other swimmer to break 4 minutes this year. Remember, 5/10, over 4 minutes long, and half a second separated the top 4 swimmers. And that doesn't even include Katie Grimes, the Olympic silver medalist, or even Leah Hayes, who won the bronze medal a couple years ago in the 200 IM. So you've got a lot of really good hardware represented here in this final of the 400 IM.
Well, it's Grimes out well, and her teammate, or not her teammate, Zavaros of Florida, was actually in the lead there at 50.
Well, Grimes is going to have a quick first 200, and she's going to have a good last 100. It's the breaststroke that is certainly her Achilles heel, so to speak. That's her weakest stroke.
Why do I feel like I hear you say that a lot about IMers?
Yeah, it's either a huge strength or a huge weakness. There's not a lot of in-between with an IMer. You're really good or you're really bad.
So, Beisel, you dominated breaststroke, like you said, didn't you?
I had an okay breaststroke. I did have to work on it. Backstroke was definitely my strongest. And that's kind of what I was talking about earlier. You kind of have to have 2 really proficient strokes and then 2 really pro strokes, like elite strokes. And Katie Grimes knows that her breaststroke is a little weak. So she's doing exactly what she needs to do. She needs to get out in front and then hopefully hold everybody off.
And it's a middle of the pool pack behind Grimes, just above her as you look.
Well, it is a little weak. She was the slowest breaststroker of any of these 8. So she knows she's going to have to build a lead. She needs to build a lead to where everybody else can basically catch her at the 300 mark. She can swim with everybody in this race in the last 100, but she can't do it here. So she knows she's got that lead, Ted. She comes in with about a 1.5 seconds lead.
So to say at 200, she's a 1.5 seconds ahead of Florida Zavaros. We'll see where that is at 300.
She's going to need all of it. She's going to need every single 1/10 of that lead, because they are going to end up going by her on this 100, and she'll have to do it from behind on the last 100.
And here they come, Bricker of Stanford, Emma Wyant, Florida. They all touch almost together at 250. Bricker actually has the lead.
And that's where the lead just completely disappeared. Grimes 35.3 there. Bricker 32.7. Wyant 33.8. I mean, that'll put you behind in a hurry. And now Grimes goes in to the 200 mark with a body length lead, and now she's a body length behind Bricker.
Yes, wow, what a change. And Caroline Bricker of Stanford will go to the freestyle with the lead. Second is Bell of Stanford. Wyatt of Florida third. Grimes has really fallen off.
Yeah, I think the only swimmer that can catch Bricker right now is Emma Wyatt, right there. She's a great freestyler. She's been on the Olympic team in freestyle. So you know that she can come home, but Bricker, you know, with 50 yards left to go, Ted,
she's 1.6 ahead. Yeah, almost 1.7.
She outsplit Emma Wyatt on that 50 right there.
And Stanford right now fighting for first and third. Lucy Bell looks to be right now in the third spot. And Emma Wyatt is not going to catch. It is Stanford to win this. Caroline Bricker brings it home for Stanford. Florida gets second and Stanford third. Katie Grimes, Virginia fourth, and Leah Hayes, Virginia fifth. So Virginia does get points, but Stanford first and third. And Caroline Bricker, who swam the 200 free in the relay 2 nights ago here, said it was only the third time she'd ever swum that race and helped Stanford win it.
Yeah, and
she did pretty good on that last 100 free.
You're so right, Ted. You know, I think just having a little experience here at this meet, swimming the relay, swimming that 200 IM, getting fifth in that, it just gave her a lot of confidence. Already being under 4 minutes this year. Here's the butterfly. That's where Grimes just took off, but she just couldn't get it done in the breaststroke. And this is the pass right here. Bricker goes by Grimes. She actually goes by Emma Wyatt. Emma Wyatt's a great breaststroker and freestyler. I thought Wyatt would have been able to be up there, but I mean, she went 3:57. She went 2 seconds faster than she's been this year. That's a lifetime PB by almost 2 seconds, by over 2 seconds for Caroline Bricker. Wow.
And the fastest time in NCAA swimming this year by about 1.7 seconds.
Yeah. Stanford is just swimming out of their mind. I mean, Greg Meehan, what a job that coach has done with Stanford this year.
Well, it's a wonderful result for Stanford. They get first and third with Bricker and Bell. Virginia, though, the leaders, do score fourth and fifth points. And Emma Wyatt was second, so we had 2 swimmers that went under 4 minutes, but it's a win, a national title for Caroline Bricker, and she's with Elizabeth.
Caroline Bricker, you just won your first individual NCAA title in one of the 10 fastest performing times in history. You dropped 2.5 seconds off of your time. You kind of just said, I don't really know what happened.
Yeah.
Walk me through that race and what's going through your mind.
I mean, on the first 200, I was just trying to stay in my lane because I couldn't get wrapped up in what everyone else was doing, and then I kind of let my brain turn on and just went for it.
Let's talk about Stanford. You guys are on absolute fire this weekend. How much momentum do you have from watching your teammates perform event after event, and how much does that inspire you?
Yeah, I mean, we have such an incredible group, and I think it all started with that first relay of Wednesday night, and we've just been building off that, and these are like my sisters, so it's just like everything I do is for them, so yeah.
Such a smart, controlled, patient swim, Caroline. You're an NCAA champion. Congratulations.
Thank you.
And Elizabeth points it out, 9th fastest swim ever, NCAA, for Caroline Bricker. What a reason to smile. From Colorado Springs, sophomore Caroline Bricker gets an individual national championship and big points for Stanford.